What? Huh? Oh, what? Oh, all right. Just, huh? Hello? Hello? Oh, oh, mm, mm. Oh, that sweet nectar. That sweet nectar. Sweet, sweet nectar. Whew, right. How's it going? How y'all doing? How are we today? You all right? I need a drip. I need a saline drip set up. You know what I mean? Top of the mornings, umbrella. How you doing? How you doing? First combo of the day, and it's this. Well, Death, you've got to start it off somehow. You know what I mean? You've got to start it somehow, right? And it's always good if it comes from the heart. You know what I mean? Just comes from the heart, bro. Comes from the heart. Hey, Jets. Hey, Bag. How's it going? Bad guy. Uh, Deskittens, Adams. Wow, Cage is here as well. Hope the eye is a bit better. Not the eyes, just one. Or is that eye is? I don't know. There's no apostrophe stuff in there. I'm very confused. This one's fine and dandy. Look, this one's. Ha! Look at that. It's like it can wink and everything. This one here, it's buggered. It doesn't work at all. It's I might as well just have a what do I have? An eye patch, one of them things, one of them, and all that sort of stuff, like a pirate. So this that's buggered. It's not doing any good at all. It's really not doing well. I should probably have my camera the other way around, shouldn't I, today? Just to show off the better side. I mean, in case any of the ladies come in. I mean, but yeah, but no, this eye here is buggered. It looks a bit stupid. And a parrot as well. Yes, it's a pirate day. Ha ha! Yeah, that F1's very red. It's very red. It's red on the inside too. Just letting you know. In fact, it's so red, even my vision is red. Do you know what I mean? If I go like that, it looks like I'm looking at infrared. You know when you like go with like an infrared scope? Everything's red. It's like an infrared scope. It's amazing. I can see people in the dark and stuff. It's amazing. It's kind of cool. Hey, Angry Snowman, how you doing? Snowman? Did I say Snowman? Snowman, I meant. Whatever. Hello. uh, oh, oh, hello. 7 days. Hello. 7 days. Hello. Hello. 7 days. Is that right? Get an eye patch would fit my look exactly. An eye patch with glasses. Hello. Hello. Just check what we can see here. I don't know why I do this because actually it looks exactly the freaking same. It looks exactly the same. There's no real freaking difference to be honest with you. Needs a Jolly Roger in the background. Well, that's not quite Roger. That's Raceland, but he's jolly, but he's not actually. He's not very jolly at all. To be perfectly honest, he's not the most jolly person in fiction. Hey, Palm, how you doing? How you doing today, Palm? Can I just say, Palm? Can I just say, you're looking lovely today? What do you mean I can't see you? Yeah, I know I can't see you, but that's not the point. You know what I mean? It's the thought that counts. Right. Um, Difficulty settings and stuff. So we go through this at the start of the every time, every time. Difficulty settings survivalist. So it's the one just before the bottom there, before insane, of course. Because like insane would just be, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Insane would be crazy. Daylight length, 18 hours, just to cut down a little bit on the old dead time in the stream. Make it slightly shorter on the running time at night. Only slightly. 24-hour cycle is 60 minutes, so every hour we can have our break. Loot abundance is 25%, hence what's in the title up there. Yeah, up's definitely the title. Enemy spawning is very high, hence the 150%. That's in our title up there as well. And airdrops are disabled because they're OP as fuck. They're just too OP. We don't like them. What is this R9K thing? It probably wouldn't let you say hi, bad buck, because someone else said hi, bad buck. Palm, R9K is a mode you can put your chat in if you wish. It's in beta still on Twitch. But basically, yeah, default is 50 minutes. It's only 10 minutes off. I know 60-minute days should be default. I don't understand why they went with 50 minutes as default. That's a stupid number to go with. I don't know why. But R9K mode, Palm, is basically it prevents you getting sort of bombed by someone spamming crap. You know what I mean? Like 100 different people coming into your chat, just saying the same thing. So it prevents spam basically. It's an anti-spam protection. So yeah, so you can't just repeat the same sentence twice. It'll come up and say R9K, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? That's all it is. No, that's my normal look, Cage. Right. So let's no, we're not starting a new game. It's just it's our settings for our normal games. Umbrella. That's all. So if you get people to come in the chat, you know the way, and you see it in Cage's chat all the time, don't you? Right? Because someone will type something, it'll get missed, and all they'll do is up arrow, enter. They'll wait a couple of seconds, up arrow, enter. They'll wait a couple, up arrow, enter, and just keep saying the same thing again and again. Well, if you have R9K on, they can't do that. They've got to type it a different way. So it at least encourages them to type something different if they're going to keep spamming the same question. You know what I mean? Yeah, just take a ticket. It's all good. He looks educated. I am educated, you cheeky git. I am quite well educated. I do have a degree. They drive you crazy? The glasses. The glasses drive you crazy? Why do the glasses drive you crazy? All right, the people in the chat. What? There was an announcement, Yabaji, on Twitter from Twitch about theater mode. Yeah, they changed it. They did something with it. They did something or other. I don't know what they did. I don't use theater mode, but they did something or other with it. They made an announcement on Twitter about it. I did notice that. Just because I notice things sometimes. Not very often, but sometimes I notice things. So what are we doing? What's the Forge doing? The Forge is doing nothing. Why is the Forge doing, like, nothing? Like, not even a thing. Hello, Forge? Hello, Buck. Hello, Forge. Hello, Buck. How you doing, Forge? Alright. Okay. So, it's day 85. We should have our horde on day 86, right? On the night of 86. So not tonight, but the next night. So in about an hour and 50 minutes time, real time, we should have our horde. Roughly. Yes, Palm, exactly that person. Exactly that person, yes. It is just something you can it's like / mode R9K beta on, and then / mode R9K beta off or something like that. It's something like that. That's all it is, just to turn it on and off. It's just a mode you can opt in or opt out of on Twitch. R9K mode. That's all it is. It'll be in about an hour and 50 minutes, Death. I don't know if you'll still be awake for that. You'll probably be asleep by then, wouldn't you, Death? Yeah, no. As soon as you get to day 49, Palm, they go off by 2 days. As soon as you get to day 49, they go off by 2 days. As soon as you get to day 49, and this is 2 playthroughs in a row where exactly the same thing has happened. As soon as you get to day 49, you don't get one on 56, you get one on 58. And then you get one on 85, on 58 plus 7 more days. You get one on 65, and then 72, and then 79, and then 86. So I should get one on the night of 86. I'm not sure if after double 49s, it skips another 2 days. So I don't know whether I'll get one on day 100 or on day 102. But I guess we'll find out when we get there, right? I guess. Glasses drive all the needage, Chris. Yeah. Tell me about it, Death. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about it. Well, both the 2 playthroughs in a row now, Pam, in Alpha 13, I've had it go exactly 2 days after the day 49. All the way up to 49 was all perfect, and then it was 58, and so on and so forth, 65, etc. You got your 28-day horde. You have 2 full upgraded rows of big spikes, and like 4 rows of small spikes, concrete walls. I was moving them around the walls to spread out the damage. Didn't matter. They broke in, no problem. Damn. Damn, kid. You just know we never got a horde on Red Moon anymore. Yeah. They're over 220 now. And we get hordes when they decide to come. Well, that's kind of how it should be, Pam. Do you know what I mean? But I personally think it should be able to come day or night, not just like exactly on 10 o'clock. That's kind of stupid. Kid. Hey Bjornerson, how you doing? Yeah, my day's going not too bad, mate. Yeah, my day's not too bad at all. I've only just started, bro, so I've only just started streaming. So. We'll see how the day goes. We'll see how my eye lasts out, just how long it allows me to stream for. As soon as I finished last night, I didn't like go and have something to eat first or anything like that. I just went straight downstairs. I lay on the sofa with a like wet cloth over my eye and stuff. My eye is just being a nightmare right now. Well, I did suggest, Palm. I don't know if you were ever here for that, but I did suggest that I don't, because I don't like the 7-day horde mechanic thing. And I suggest that instead, to make some sort of sense of them being able to hunt you and being feral, that any wandering horde that spawns could had like a 0.5% chance of containing dogs, right? And if a horde contained dogs, they would be the detection agent for the horde, and therefore the horde would be able to find you no matter where you were. And so that horde that contained dogs would hunt you down no matter where you were, rather than the normal random horde mechanic. And therefore any horde, day or night, that spawns randomly, like that horde that just now that has just gone past, any horde, day or night, that spawns randomly could have a small chance of having dogs in. It could come really early on in your game. It could be until day 16 when you first have a feral horde. But you could have another one on day 17. Do you know what I mean? You never know when that random chance is going to, it's RNGesus, you know what I mean? And that's it. You just got to hope and pray and decide when it's going to appear, when it's going to happen. And that would add that would put back in the game the sandbox element that personally I think 7-day hordes take out of the game. Wouldn't it? That would put that back into the game. Do you know what I mean? That sandbox thing, where you just never know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen. When that possibility is going to arise. Well, exactly, Cage. But that isn't that what I'm saying is what I don't like. You see, because then it's taking away from the sandbox element of the game. Just exactly what you've said there, where you're making a base specifically for the horde for a specific day at a specific time for a specific event. That's set events that are going to happen at a certain place at a certain time, That to me gets rid of the whole sandbox element that we had before the 7 day hordes were even brought in. Before the 7 day hordes were brought in, yes, it might have been easier, blah blah blah. Yes, the hordes are difficult, but I think they should be able to be at any time. And I think if a dog does spawn on a horde and therefore makes it a feral horde, then that horde, I think all other random hordes as well should have a chance of having cops, should have a chance of having the feral zombie, etc., etc. I don't want just one special horde once a week having a feral zombie. Why can't I get them all the time? Why can't we have more of them? Because at the minute, you only get them in the feral hordes. I know you used to get them in caves, but I haven't seen them in any caves for a long time, to be honest. Since they first brought caves in, I haven't seen the feral zombies in a long time. A long time. Random feral hordes would wreck your camp, BGG. Well, not really, kids, because it could be during the day. It could be at midday, mate. They could be walking. There's nothing to say it has to be at night. There's nothing to say it has to be exactly at 10 o'clock every night. Do you know what I mean? It could be any time. It could be during the day. You could get lucky. Just like it is a chance, isn't it? It's meant to be the unknown. That's the whole point of a sandbox. You don't know what's going to happen. It could be day, night. It could be day 3. It could be day 30. You don't know. And having that idea of having rolling a random number, and if it's a 0.5, then it generates this special 7-day type makeup horde with a dog included to give it the hunting technique. Would give it that sort of randomness, I think, rather than the sort of the predictability that we have right now. Knowing does limit the threat a little bit, everyone, a little bit, yeah. Hey Sharky, how you doing, man? How was that game that I'm not all that fond of that you streamed last night? The game's alright. It's just that kids loves that game, by the way, but I'm not all that fond. It's okay. It just needs a lot more to it for me, personally. It still needs a lot more added to the game to make it more interesting. It's good in looks and mechanics and everything, but it just needs a lot more. Yeah, Subnautica, that's it. It just needs a lot more in it, for me, personally. It needs a lot more something. I don't know. We're now at the morning of day 85, Mr. Brian. It'll come at the night of day 86. So in about an hour and 30 minutes, maybe. An hour and 40 minutes. But an hour and 40, we'll get the horde, Mr. Brian. Yeah, kid. Yeah, I would say it probably would be, mate. Yeah. Subnautica's so good. I've got it and I've played it a couple of times and I'm just like, meh, you know. I gathered some stuff, built something, thought, meh. I don't know. I wasn't engaged enough by it, to be honest. I know Cage loves Subnautica and he thinks it's awesome and all the rest of it. I'm not a huge fan. I'm really not. I just didn't. I don't know. It needs a lot more. It just needs a lot more. The looks of it and everything else is brilliant, but it just needs a lot more. It captured my attention for literally about 2 hours. And that was it. I don't even know how long I've played it for. I don't know how can I look? Let me have a look. It's probably a very short time, I'll bet you. Library, games, Subnautica, where are you? I played it for 100 minutes. Done. Last played 22nd of the 9th, 2015. 100 minutes, that's how long I played Subnautica for. 100 minutes it captured my attention for. So, good game, Subnautica. No one liked your Hunter Zombie idea? What Hunter Zombie idea? Did I miss it? Sorry. I can just see a bit of a speech there. Another survival gimmick they could add is something like every time your health drops to a certain percent, there's a chance to spawn a hunter-type zombie. Which will start stalking you and eventually pounce on you with some devastating screech. No, because that could really ruin some people's games, bro. As soon as your health drops low, you're gonna get owned. That sounds a bit nasty. That sounds not fun. You got 29 hours in it. Hey, good day, Kara. How's it going? Yeah, I agree, Palm. That was more my style of play. I enjoyed that more than the definitive 7 day zombies. I'm not really a lot keen on the 7 day zombies. I just read clean and said clean instead of keen. Yeah, I'm not all that keen on the 7 day hordes. I never have been. Like I say, I think it, especially for solo and for harder difficulty, it forces you to spend your entire life in game focusing on when that 7 day horde is going to come and beefing up your base in preparation for it. So it turns it from a sandbox game into a tower defense game. And I'm not entirely happy with that. I don't mind tower defense, the tower defense aspect of the game, but I think that should just be a random thing, and when it comes, it comes, and it should. I think those hordes should come at any time. I could be sat right now, and there should be a possibility for a horde spawning with ferals, cops, and all the rest of the kind of shizzle and ism. Right? At the minute, there kind of is with the screamer, but they seem really broken. So it changes it from being a fun spawn, random spawn, the screamers, to being something that's really broken and starts annoying you. Because a screamer spawns more screamers and more screamers, and you end up spending days worrying about it because of the fact that you still got that 7 day horde in the back of your mind, and you're thinking, crap, I've got the 7 day horde coming soon, and I'm faffing with this stupid screamer spawn. If I just had screamer spawns and not the 7 day horde, I'd enjoy that a lot more. I'd enjoy that a lot more, personally. But again, it's just different playstyles and different likes and all the rest of it. Other people would disagree with that. And other people would be like, no, 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 man, I love that. Bring it all on. I need more of them, and so on and so forth. And that's fine. Everyone likes different stuff. But I think that's just my personal opinion. There's a bear there, just getting all bear-like. Look at him. Look at him, just thinking he's a boss. Thinking he's fricking the bee's knees. What is with these spikes, man? They only last 2 minutes, and then I need more. 2 minutes! That's all they last. Seriously? I've got more zombies coming over? Seriously? Can you not, zombies? Wreck the place? You look like a weird bear. You're not a zombie bear, though, because they're very different looking. I think special zombies are something they will do, but just what those special zombie mechanics will be and what will spawn them, what will create them, or what will drive them, I don't know. I think rather than me trying to come up with my ideas for a special zombie, I'm kind of interested to see what on earth the fun pimps will come up with, because I think that they will come up with something that's better, whatever it is that I imagine. I think they'll come up with something really cool. And I'm kind of excited to see what it is they will come up with, because they've always planned more unique zombies. They've always planned that kind of thing. So I'm kind of interested to see what they will come up with. What interesting stuff they'll throw at us at some stage. You know what I mean? I'm sure it'll be fucking awesome, to be honest. But that's me with my fanboy faith in the fun pimps, I think. Fanboy faith. You know what I mean? But, like, I mean, the cops and the spiders and the screamer zombies, I mean, who hasn't loved them, to be honest? I mean, I hate the cops, but I love them. It's an awesome, zombie type, even though I personally despise them and they kick my ass. But it's an awesome zombie type. It's freaking cool. It just is. So, as much as I despise it, it's a good. Stop it! It's a good mechanic. You know what I mean? It is a good mechanic. What? How can I run out of spikes? That's never been a thing. Yeah, it's so difficult to do though, isn't it, Kate? It's so difficult to decide just what factor means that a player has got stronger. It's so difficult to decide that. That's the problem with scaling difficulty with as the player gets better in this game compared to say some other games, right? With some other games, you can turn around and go, "Oh yeah, you've got to level 50. Let's make the the mobs harder." With this game, there are so many different factors that will govern whether or not you're actually capable of taking on a harder foe. Um, you could be, level 100 but have crap weapons. You could have awesome level weapons but be level 3. It's just because it's that whole sandbox thing, and the player could have been doing anything to get to the stage they've got to. It's difficult to decide when actually they've managed to get to a stage where you think they can handle a harder foe. And forcing a player to handle a harder foe just because they've reached a certain level is, again, in my opinion, veering off from sandbox. It's making the player, by the time they've got to a certain level, they know they've also got to have had a certain skill at a certain level, or they've got to have made certain items, or got certain items, or looted a certain amount. Or, do you know what I mean? You're forcing them to do a certain play style, I think, if you try and increase the difficulty of the game based on anything like that. The only real gauge, and even that is loose because you just never know what people have been doing for their time. The only real gauge is by length of day, right? By how many days you've been playing. And even that, like I say, it could be a really good or bad gauge. Someone could have had an absolute nightmare and spent the first 4 weeks digging frickin' dirt to do whatever, for whatever reason they were doing. And I just hate the idea that I hate anything that's going to take sandbox away from the game. Anything that's going to take the fact that it's just a free for all and you play the game as you want and do what you want. And I don't want anything to take that away from the game. I think that's the core of the game. It's a sandbox game, and I don't want anything to take that away. And so I think many of those factors which might make the game a better game for a lot of people are also factors that remove sandbox elements from the game. Unfortunately. But I think they do. I think they remove sandbox elements, which is, in my opinion, not a positive step. So, should scale difficulty by days in game. Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem. When it's a sandbox game like this, with so many different ways to play the game, to advance in the game, I could have got to day 100 and not killed a single zombie because I've just built a really good base defense. Why would that mean that if I did decide to go out exploring, I suddenly have a super hard time of it and can't cope, so I can't ever explore because I can't leave my awesome base? Because if I do, I'm going to get wrecked. Do you know what I mean? That can't be a good thing. That can't be a good thing, surely. You could have absolutely game beat for the first 60 days without having personally killed a single zombie. So you go by day, right? By days in game, and actually without dying even. And actually, all you've managed to do is build a really good base and micromanage the zombies when they come and use wooden spikes, and that's it. And it's just, Yeah, I do think. Yeah, I think screamers should never spawn other screamers. I think that's a very, very very, very, you know, screen reception is just ridiculous right now. And that can be an absolutely game-breaking mechanic. Because you can end up just fighting a frickin' screamer horde forever. Like, for so damn long. If you kill the frickin' screamer, that should be it. The spawn potential for the horde should eliminate. You still have to kill the horde, you know, whatever was already spawned on you, but you shouldn't keep getting fucking shit spawned, because that's just ridiculous. It's the stupidest mechanic ever. And it goes on forever. It goes on for so damn long. And makes it very, very difficult. Especially if you get one of them like the day before or 2 days before the actual 7-day horde, and it's just like, man, I can't cope with that shit. You know, you just can't fight it. Well, you can, but frick, it's difficult, isn't it? It's, you know, it's not very fair. It's not a very fair mechanic, I think, on the player. That's a bit too much where your life is in RNG's hand, you know? If it works out all right for you, you're sorted. If it doesn't, you're screwed. I don't care how good you are, you're screwed. And that, I don't think that should ever be a thing, because that does just kill off the enthusiasm and incentive to play for those people who find it difficult anyway. And let's face it, we do want to, you know, get everybody playing, as much as, you know, because there are plenty of difficulty settings out there for the rest of us to, you know, increase or decrease or whatever you want to do. And I think you got to be careful of a mechanic, even in default mode. That mechanic could absolutely wreck someone's game, right? If you're not very good at the game, or you have a difficult time, or whatever, or you're just starting out, right? You're new to the game. That mechanic could totally wreck your game. You sit there and you spend a freaking week building a base. A screamer summons a horde, which then summons another screamer, which summons, and frickin' hell, it just goes on for so long, you just abandon your base. And a new player to the game would just be like, well, fuck this. You know, like, oh, crap this. This is shit. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. Hey, Nahum. Yeah, I know. My eye is sore broke, to be honest. It's not good. Well, it can be difficulty, mate, depending on who you are. I mean, we might not find it difficult as such. But there are people, mate, who will find that difficult. Do you know what I mean? Who will find that as a difficulty thing. You just cannot handle the endless bloody zombies that it generates because of it. Because of that kind of broken cycle of mechanic. You know? It is kind of messed up. It is kind of messed up. Thank God Yogi decided to go over there. Can't be bothered dealing with him. Yeah, I know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, bro. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hey, Big Bear, how you doing? Sorry if I've been ranting and I've missed anyone's chat, by the way. I hope I haven't missed anyone's chat. What's... For God's sake! Are you gonna go visit the bear? You could have visited the bear, couldn't you? No? Do you want to visit the bear?